Hi everyone, my name is Elle Henson.
And my name is Samantha Hunter. We are here today to discuss the elusive black rail.
Black rails, or Lateralis jamaicensis, are small, secretive, rare, and cryptic birds that live in dense marsh and rarely emerge. They are hardly ever seen and very rarely heard, meaning they are difficult to detect in the field.
This makes it hard to collect enough data to study them. Many techniques have been attempted, but many of them have drawbacks in the efficiency of detection.
One very common but sometimes inefficient method for detecting black rails in the field is point count surveys with playback to attract vocal responses from individuals nearby. Here is what a black rail's vocalization commonly sounds like. This method can be effective to elicit vocal detections from black rails within a distance of 80 meters from the surveyor. A study by Lagar and colleagues from 1999 using radio-tagged rails to estimate the effectiveness of playback surveys found that 64% of male rails and 40% of female rails responded to playback within 11 minutes. While these results do show high responsiveness, it also means that there are some differences in response between males and females. This may result in most detections being of males. In addition to this skew in response between the sexes, playback surveys also require a significant investment of fieldwork and time to get enough detection data. Many studies report detection rates between 3 and 6%. One study in Florida couldn't estimate the occupancy of black rails because they had too few detections. Other concerns include the fact that playbacks often do not result in visual observations of the rails and may alter rail behavior.
Another method that has been used to detect black rails are camera traps. Camera traps are cameras placed in the environment to capture animals in their natural habitat with little human disturbance. These cameras are often motion activated and can be used to detect black rails in their dense marsh habitat, which is often difficult to do with direct human observation. The cameras can be placed strategically in ideal black rail habitat to get optimal detection rates. Camera traps were used in the first study that documented black rail molting and breeding cycles. This study reported a detection probability of 1.5% out of approximately 2 million photos taken by the camera arrays. This is a significant amount of data, but since the modern AI algorithms allow for more efficient data sorting, this method shows promise. Cameras can provide visual confirmation of black rail occupancy and behavior.
And finally, eDNA, which is short for environmental DNA,
is being used more and more in the field due to its robust and non-invasive sampling style with the ability to detect animals that have recently been present in the environment. Samples are taken from water, soil, air, or even organic material from the animal, and the genetic material is analyzed. Having a reference genome for this species already established is very helpful as we are able to compare our samples to the known genetic material for the eastern black rail. Genetics presents a novel way to determine occupancy through presence or absence, which is helpful in the conservation of the threatened black rail. A study using eDNA for black rails was able to successfully amplify 47% of samples taken from known black rail locations, a moderately successful rate of detection, much higher than some of the other methods we have evaluated. eDNA is a highly sensitive tool for detecting rare or cryptic species that other survey types commonly miss. However, it does have drawbacks, including the fact that DNA from the environment can be poor quality and difficult to draw conclusions from. Also, since the DNA samples are collected from the environment and may travel from the rail's actual location, the samples may not represent whether the animal was in the location of collection or not.
Based on the methods that have been used to detect black rails in the past, we believe that camera traps show the most promise for improving detection rates of eastern black rails. Modern technologies can be applied with camera traps to increase detection rates and ease of data collection. AI algorithms can be trained on photos from prior black rail camera trap studies to then be able to identify black rail sightings with less manual photo scanning, like in this example. To improve detection rates, camera traps could be combined with automated recording units, or ARUs, in the field to collect both auditory and visual observations at the same site.
Even though we didn't discuss them thoroughly, ARUs can have a detection probability of over 75% up to 200 meters away from the rail. Combining camera traps and ARUs may improve black rail detection.
Thanks for watching! Leave any questions in the comments below.